everybody, it's your girl Melissa Renee with BellaMinded.com, and I'm coming here today with the full moon in Pisces. So let's go ahead and get into it. I was not about to do one. I was kind of going back and forth because I wasn't feeling well. Well, let me speak. I'm healing from being sick for the past 2 weeks. So, I was like, I don't know, I'm not going to do it. But something came into me. I was like, go ahead and do it. Let's do it. First, of course, let's get into the fact that right now this is Virgo season. The full moon in Pisces will be at 9:35 p.m. Eastern time. So right now the full moon is in Pisces, and of course they call this the blue moon, and which makes it special, which this will be last blue moon until like years and years from now. I want to say 2030 something, 2037 if I'm not mistaken. So one thing I want to dispel is, once again, because y'all know how y'all like to do, with these signs, child. Y'all like to label somebody with a sign, and the first thing y'all want to label, that's what y'all gonna run with it. So, the Cancers had to be the crybabies and the sensitives, and of course, Pisces has to be sensitive and delusional. I hear a lot of people, delusional, like, don't do that. You're not delusional, okay? We are, however, emotional and sensitive, and that is because we have a strong energy of being empathetic. We are very much empaths. We can feel the energy of others, and at times I feel like people don't take well to knowing that you can kind of sense the energy off of them, because a lot of times, especially in this era now, we like to kind of think or believe we're hiding, our true emotions from people. So when you sitting over there and you feel away, you don't necessarily want somebody to call you out and be like, I know you feel away. Unfortunately and fortunately for Pisces, we kind of get that sense. So we could tell when you feeling away, because we just have that natural ability to be able to check into that and kind of sense people's feelings. Hence why it makes us a little sensitive, because we do kind of draw off the emotions of other people. So that's a little downside from us being so sensitive and being able to tap into other people's feelings and emotions, is that sometimes we lack the ability to decipher if this is truly our feelings or emotions, or are we feeding off of somebody else's energy around us. That's how strong we can take on other people's energy. So with that being said, yes, because Pisces, we are a water sign. That's our element. So we flow. That's why somebody can come in the room with a certain type of feel and a certain type of energy, and in a good way or, a negative way, we can adapt to that. We can kind of lean into whatever energy that they're bringing us in the room. So you could bring in some good energy, and we're gonna complement that. We're gonna come in with that good energy too. You come in with that not so good energy, that negative energy, we're gonna feel that too, and we can become a little more tense, a little more standoffish. Because we're feeding off of the energy. That's why, as Pisces, we have to be very careful, and we have to have the ability to be able to master our own energy. That then protects us from feeding off of everybody's energy, and it allows us to stay true to ourselves and authentic to who we are versus adapting to other people's feelings, which is really great for feeding off of this Virgo sun, because as we know, the moon is all about the emotions and being, and the sun is about doing, the action and doing. So the Virgo kind of comes in and gives us that practicality that we can feed off of. So if you're a Pisces out there like me, this is a great time to learn and to use the energy of the sun, of the Virgo sun right now, to learn how to become level-headed and logical and practical and reel those emotions in, to learn how to master your energy. And for those people who are not Pisces, but you're going to get some of that energy with this full moon, that Pisces energy. Also, that Virgo sun is going to allow you to be able to balance those emotions, to kind of rear it in and don't go so far off on the deep end with it, because I get it. Like, I, for one, being a Pisces, like, I definitely can feel the energy of other people, definitely. And it, because I wasn't aware or didn't know, and I wasn't aware of that, it definitely could change the dynamics. I do think that Pisces possess a psychic energy. They possess a sense of being able to read things and having that clairvoyance or that enlightenment or that like psychic ability to be able to just know and see things. And I can see how, if that's not something you believe in, you could look at them as being kind of like delusional and out there and on a whole nother plane. Just like I say about all signs, like, you know, it's the ups and it's the downs, it's the yin and it's the yang, but it's all about finding the balance, because you need both of these things to be able to be centered and aligned. If you can channel this full moon energy in Pisces to kind of like tap into your emotions, because a lot of times we kind of like try to put that wall up and we don't want to actually honor our feelings and emotions and how we truly feel about things. And I'm sure that's due to this society, especially as women, especially as Black women, of having to be strong and, you know, having to hold our own. But this is the time right now where you can kind of tap into your divine feminine energy. You can tap into your feelings. You could truly feel how those feel. And for some, that might be a little thing you're kind of weary and you are afraid of, because I do think we tend to not want to deal or tap into emotions because they bring out a lot of other things we don't want to deal with, like our triggers and our fears and our traumas, which is going to help you become more self-aware, more tapped into who you are, like how you feel, how you react to things, how things provoke you, how you feel indifferent about things. Like get an understanding with all of your emotions. What makes you upset? What triggers you? Why does that make you upset? Why does that make you feel this way? Why do you feel sad when you hear this song? Why are you happy when you smell certain aromas? Like why? These are all the feelings that you can tap into to help you kind of get an understanding of who you are and becoming more self-aware with you, you know. And those things help kind of guide you with your healing journey, those things, because once you understand the whys of how you feel, it'll let you know like what your triggers are and your traumas are and the things you have to work on and what you may need to kind of stay away from until you know how to unpack them and know how to deal with them, you know. And definitely, if you can't do this on your own, definitely go get therapy. My disclaimer, I'm just telling you things based off of my feelings, my experience, you know, what's been laid upon me. In no shape, way, or form am I a psychic or a therapist or any of those things. If you need professional help, please go get some professional help, okay? So you can also channel to be more empathetic. It's a season right now that it's just with the C culture and the stan culture, and it's just like everybody, the men versus women culture, the everything is like everything is just so chaotic right now. So this is a time where we can all tap into being more empathetic with that Pisces energy. We can try to be more kind to one another. You can tell people the truth and you can be honest with people, but you can still do it in a way where you show some compassion and some empathy. So I could tell you the truth, but if I tell it and it's rooted in love and it's rooted in a way where I want you to be better. I'm not saying this to you to tear you down. I'm saying this to you because I want to see you rise to the occasion. I want to see you do better. I want to see us do better as a community. So when I'm telling you things, I'm not going to say it in a way that I want to hurt you, but I'm going to say it in a way where I want you to understand. I want it to be clear and direct so you can understand, so you can grow, so you can be better as a person, right? You don't have to call somebody dumb. You don't have to say somebody's an idiot. You can correct people in a way where it can be firm, it can be assertive, but it doesn't have them walking away feeling less than. I always say this when I'm talking on social media and I'm going back and forth with people. My intentions is never to make anyone feel disrespected, belittled. I never want someone to feel small, inferior. Like that's not my, I don't even care if that's the way you coming at me. Like you can come at me like that. I sit in a position at this moment in my life where I can handle that because I know it's not coming from a place where it's personal. That's some insecurities that you may have or these people may have with whatever they have going on. So I'm not going to take it personal. So I can then speak back in a way where I can have some humility, some compassion, some love, and I don't have to give you what you're giving me. Because what you're trying to give me doesn't belong to me. And as soon as I take that, what you gave me, and then I'm like, oh, I'm matching energy, and I give it back, is when I then embraced or took something that didn't belong to me in the first place. That's not my gift. That's yours. You keep that energy over there. We can also use this Pisces energy for flow. Make things easy. I know one for me, this is especially meant for me. I am definitely going to try to tap into that flow type of energy. I feel like with my moon sign being a Virgo, I have this kind of like duality inside, where my sun wants to flow, my personality wants to flow, but sometimes my being, my emotions, my feelings wants to always make sure I'm doing right by people, and it's like maybe I put my emotions, my feelings and emotions to the backside and put other people's feelings and emotions before me. That kind of constricts the flow. You know what I'm saying? I'm not allowing it to flow. And what I want to kind of like channel right now is I want my emotions to flow. I want to be okay with allowing how I feel to just be without having to feel like I have to explain myself, over-explain myself, feel like I'm being judged, feel like, I'm not doing the politically correct thing, and just understand that, hey, this is my feelings, and if my feelings are wrong or projected the wrong way, then that's something I need to take in to learn so that I can grow. But I don't need to prohibit that flow of however it's going to go, because it's a reason that it's going to flow in one direction or another. If it flows in a positive direction, great. If it flows in a negative direction, okay, that tells me there's some things I need to work on. So this is the time to just let those emotions just ease and flow, And when I say let the emotions ease and flow, I'm not saying just when you angry just to lash out. I didn't say be impulsive. It's a difference. We're flowing like a river. We're not crashing. We're not banging. So it means like if you do have emotions of feeling upset, feel it. Don't act on it, but just feel it and sit there and feel it. And maybe as you sit there and feel it, you can ask yourself subconsciously the questions of like, why am I upset? Why do I feel this way? What triggered this? What's the cause of this? What's the root of this? How can I get over this? Is this something I'm gonna just have to feel? Like, ask yourself these questions, and then once those things, you get those things out, you know, you'll be surprised at the clarity that you gain. I feel like when we channel this energy with this full moon in Pisces, it is going to help us be more clairvoyant. It's going to help with our intuition. It will allow us to be able to trust ourselves more. Remember, I was speaking about the trust thing previously of trusting yourself. This is going to allow us to trust ourselves more, trust our own thoughts, our own mind. So when we have to make certain decisions, we're not going to be uncertain. We're going to be confident and certain with what it is that we need to do and how we need to align ourselves and the directions we need to go, because we are now kind of getting rid of all the fog and all the pollution that may come from outside of us, and we can hear our voice more clearly. We can hear our true, authentic voice more clearly. So we're able to hear those clear, precise messages that, hey, nope, yes, think about it, pause, wait, hold up. That Virgo energy is going to keep us balanced, like I already discussed. So you're going to feel those feelings, but when you act on those feelings, you're going to have logic, and you're going to use a level head and reason when you act on these things. So that's why I say, like, you can have the feelings and allow those feelings to flow if you're upset, but maybe your actions with it will be more reasonable. With this full moon in Pisces, we're going to release anything that prohibits us from being in sync with our emotions. Anything that prohibits us from actually feeling what we need to feel, because feeling those emotions, that can very well provoke change, provoke healing, provoke growth. So when you are coping and doing things to cope and suppress those feelings and those emotions, you're not feeling them, you're kind of suppressing them, you're kind of making it to where you can't feel those things, and that's not going to help promote any type of healing or growth. It's just going to get you to a point where you're going to have to keep doing more things to help you cope, instead of you unpacking it, you understanding why it is that you feel that way, and you're able to learn how to, like, channel through it. We're going to release anything that prohibits us to not actually honor and feel the emotions and be in sync with how we feel. Not pretend, not act like it doesn't hurt when this guy doesn't call you back. We're calm, peaceful people, you know? So we don't really we're not really trying to come at nobody. We ain't trying to, that's not what we trying to do. We like it peace. We like it light. You know what I'm saying? Not to say we can't, but this is what we prefer. So we want to prohibit anyone who's going to try to disrupt or prevent us from having a peace of mind. Prevent us from being on a journey to gain peace of mind. We want to be able to know how to stay peaceful even through the trials and tribulations we may face. We want to prohibit anything that challenges us from being able to balance the heart and the mind. It's great to have heart, but you also need logic. It's the yin and the yang. Once again, it's all about balance. You don't want to be too emotional, because when you think too emotional, you become impulsive. We're going to release anything or anyone that prohibits us to being able to hear our own voice, to use our own voice. A lot of times, you know, we aren't confident and comfortable, and we don't trust the things that we hear. And sometimes we don't, because it's too many things we hearing in our head, like, should I, shouldn't I? And this is the time where we can release anything that's going to cloud the message the clear voice in our head that's authentically ours. That's our voice. We're going to just get rid of anything that's going to pollute us from being able to actually hear our subconscious. Don't need anything clouding our judgment. Use this time to kind of manifest the things that you want to like heal from, the things you want to kind of rid in your life right now that's not serving you, that's not helping you elevate to the next level that you want to elevate to. So that's all I have for right now for this full moon in Pisces. If this was helpful for you, definitely press that thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can know when I'll be posting another video. And yeah, if y'all have any questions or anything to add, please comment below. I'll check y'all out next time. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace and blessings, y'all.